Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. May it be good wherever you are. Hi, I'm Jimar, and welcome to the sacred space. Welcome to healing truth, and thank you for allowing me to be a bridge to your truth. If you've connected with me today, this very moment, it's because I have a message for you. There's something here for you, or maybe something for you to pass on to someone that you love, a neighbor, or maybe just someone that it made you think about. So let's listen in to what I have to share to you today, because there's something for you. So Jupiter in Scorpio. So Jupiter in Scorpio is a yearly transit, sometimes a little bit more than a year. In this case, it's from October 10th through November 8th, 2018. So we go through this transit every year. It takes a little bit over a year to go through this transit. So there's a lot of information that I'm going to cover with you today. So sit back, relax, or get up, get your pen and paper, get those journals out, and maybe you want to take some notes. But any which way, just be open and receptive to the message and to the seeds that are going to be shared with you today. So, a lot of people have been asking me, what's up with Jupiter and Scorpio? And I'm like, everyone's so interested in what Jupiter's been doing. When Jupiter is just coming out of Libra, people are already feeling the Scorpio energy pulling it. They're already feeling the vibration of that new draw mystery catalyst that is coming for all of us. So this is actually going to be a really good year if you're a Scorpio and if you're a Libra. So Jupiter is the planet of thinking. Its function is illumination, higher learning, preparation to live. You know, it helps us set goals in life, and it helps us illuminate light on things that are hidden. Things, it's like a light bulb, bing, things that need to come up to the surface. And it also helps us achieve our goals. It helps us also reach the untouchable, like what I was saying, like illuminate the surface. It is all about expansion, opening the mind and the consciousness. So Jupiter loves to learn at all levels, and any level of learning, taking in information and wisdom, this is all Jupiter energy. So it's all levels, mind, body, and soul. So it helps us hear our inner voice clear. Isn't that pretty? Doesn't that just sound special? So some of you are really big Jupiter people. Some of you are like, I love Jupiter. I love what Jupiter does. I base my upcoming year on Jupiter's actions, because it's really the undertone of the year, because it's the energy that's going to be consistent and available to you for the whole entire year. So a lot of people pay attention to what Jupiter's doing. So Scorpio. So Scorpio is energy, action, desire, and the understanding of the connection to the unseen, to the darkness. You know, it is within that darkness where we find what's hidden. And those are the things that we need right now at this time of year, because it's fall. You know, it's a harvest season. You know, we got to bring it out. We got to deal with it. We got to pick up the seeds that we've sown. We got to see and really check and see what's going on. So you think, so Scorpio makes you think that, you know, it's all about mastering the deep, dark waters of life. And it makes you, Scorpio really, and now that we're going into Scorpio also, you know, it really makes you think that it's that time to uncover those mysteries. But I would like this to be a video for the whole entire cycle, so I don't want to focus on Scorpio coming in right now. But this transition from Jupiter and Libra into Scorpio is happening right around the time of Libra transitioning into Scorpio. So it's a really powerful time, and it's a really wonderful time for change and for revolution. So Scorpio is also jealous, vindictive, and he's an empath, and he's empathetic to emotional bonds and to hold them together. And he's very sexual, he's very sexualized, and very sensualized also. Okay, and there's a lot of passion here. Everything comes from passion and desire, what motivates you, what pushes you. So it really uncovers a lot of, Scorpio really likes to work with what are things that are hidden, so it helps you uncover things that are hidden, just like Jupiter does. So bringing these two energies together, it's a great combination for things to explode, for things to come up above the surface, okay? So I have lots of notes here, and I want to make sure that I stay on task and that I'm sharing all the information that I took my time downloading, and I just want to make sure that I get the message across. So I'll be doing a lot of that back and forth. So thank you for being patient with me. So Scorpio is all about exploring the unknown. And then Jupiter is all about illuminating the unknown and allowing us to use our mind, body, and soul to process it. But especially illuminating the mind. So by putting these two things together for a whole year, it's actually magical. Think about it. Illumination of our deepest, darkest desires, subconsciousness, and then our consciousness, bringing all of this to the forefront. It's really a time of self-exploration. And the last time that this happened was actually 12 years ago, because it takes a year, a little bit over a year, for it to come through. So just think about 2005 to 2007, because it was a little bit later on. And think about where you were in 2005, 2006. Think about what you were going through in, throughout that year, and allow yourself to see and maybe be, guided a little bit more according to what things are still going to be coming up, with what's been dealt with, and how to deal with it, because you've already dealt with this energy. And maybe you were younger. Well, I'm sure you were younger, but you had a younger mind and another way to deal with it. So see how much you've grown, and also don't forget about the wisdom that you received the last time. So what did Jupiter in Libra bring us? Which I think is very important to touch up on before we get into the depths of Jupiter and Scorpio. So Jupiter in Libra brought us love, balance, and harmony. It came to show us that what didn't hold true in our lives needed to be dealt with. That's what this last year was all about getting rid of what didn't serve. It was a 1 year, so new beginning, letting go. There's all of that undertone of balance and harmony in your life, and being fair and just. So it was all about being democratic, being fair and just. The balances, the scales, right? So the world has never been so divided in modern times like it has now this last year, because it was all about the scales. One, it was up, and then the other one was really down. So it was really hard to find that happy medium. So opposing forces seeking the balance were really what was causing us to unite and to seek alignment, which a lot of us did. A lot of us were like, I'm not dealing with that BS. I'm not dealing with that. I need to align myself with my mind, body, and soul, and my thoughts, with the beautiful things within myself. Because once again, Libra invites us to look at the beautiful things in life. Be a romantic. It's ruled by Venus. There's a lot of that female, pretty, beautiful, admiring energy. So it really allowed us to focus on the beautiful things and what we really had available on the beautiful side, on the side of wanting to bring beauty and compassion and harmony up higher into allowing us to find balance. So now we're at balance. We've let go of a bunch of stuff. So we were in scale year. We let go of a bunch of stuff, and now we're at balance. And here we are, and all of a sudden, boom, Scorpio is coming in, sexy, to tease you, to taunt you, to terrorize some of you. So it's gonna be a sexual revolution this year. All those deep, dark sexual desires that you've had hidden this year are really gonna come to the surface. All those taboos that you were afraid to bring forth, to come forth with, to explore with your partner, with yourself, are going to finally come up to the surface, and you're going to feel connected enough in that frequency of passion and sexuality and fire and desires that you're just going to want to go right to them, push yourself into them, and give yourself into them. So that's going to be a really main thing that Jupiter and Scorpio bring into effect this upcoming year. So it's going to be a really strong underlying tone in everything that you do and that you touch. Sexual chemistry, sexual desire, passions, and sexuality. So it's going to be a year where the reproductive organs are really going to be being focused on and being paid attention to. So the economy, the governments are really going to be paying attention to that. Society is going to bring forth a lot of different new things, get rid of old things when it comes to reproductive mindset. And it's also, I also feel that there's going to be because it's reproductive system, and I don't know, I really feel like there's going to be a shift in birthing and people being able to get pregnant and being able to unblock lots of root issues. You know, this year coming up, it's all about sacral and root. It's a nice, beautiful mix of red and orange beneath it all. So those are the power colors when you're working with Jupiter and Scorpio. And another thing too is that I don't know why, but I really feel there's going to be a breakdown with some taxes, distribution of wealth, because that all has to do with reproduction. There's a little funky thing that I'm feeling that's going on in there that's going to come forth. So let's see what happens there. Also, I really want to focus on the awareness of past lives and ancestors during Scorpio and Jupiter time. We're going to have a clear channel to our ancestors, our past lives. It's already been building. The Akashic records are really open and receptive. They want to share. They want to show you tools, give you tools. They want to help you remember. So this is going to be a great year to really focus on ancestral beings, your ancestors, your past lives, working with that, tapping into and honoring it, okay? So Scorpio is a fixed sign. So it's passion, it's power on sexuality, it's power on finances, and overall presence. It's just power. So Scorpio this year is going to be very much of like, I'm in the room. So Scorpio demands that power and that energy when he walks in the room. So this year, everyone and everything is going to feel like you're going to feel really empowered. You're going to feel empowered by your sexuality, by your finances, by your root. And especially if you're connected and you're healthy and you're flowing and you're allowing yourself to be involved in your desires and you're allowing yourself to be grounded, a lot of wonderful things are going to move forward into your mind and start illuminating and bringing out and forward. Okay? So we will all want to be in this very special powerhouse situation and feeling, and we're all going to have that, and we all should have that, because if you're connected, you are feeling that and you are there. So honor it. But here's the thing, when we feel like that, sometimes we can overdo ourselves. We're maybe, not being balanced, which is something that we really dealt with last year, and you can really get in trouble and you can really throw yourself off. And it's really important that we understand that Scorpio is the sign of that dark power underneath it all, and the dark mind and the things that are hidden. So that power might get to a lot of us, and so it's going to be a year, because Jupiter is really going to be illuminating the mind and putting a lot of light on your mind and things that are unseen within your darkness. And for those of us that have a trauma from our past, those of us that have not dealt with certain emotions, and we've gone into addictions, we've gone into mental imbalances, in emotional imbalances, this year is really gonna be a doozy. It's really gonna focus on that. And so this is gonna be one of those years where I all of you, if you see or hear anyone in need, help them. Help them. Those of your loved ones, your neighbors that you know that suffer with depression, mental disorders, mental fights, mental struggles, allow them, share light with them, show them, hold sacred space for them. It's gonna be really rough. There's a huge opiate epidemic in the United States, and this year is gonna rise like never before. It is gonna be pent. It's gonna be, wow. I even feel like laws are gonna have to change due to it. So we really need to make sure that we're staying grounded within our sacral and being true to our passions, not coming from a place of greed, of anger, of overpower and taking advantage of others. Because if we do, there's a very dark, dangerous place that we can roll into of addiction. So this is a year where addictions are going to be focused. Okay? I don't want to focus too much on that. Let's keep going. So people with the gift of pulling others together, people with the gift of pulling others together are I invite you to pull in others. Come together, talk, share, talk what's going on, share how you're feeling. If you have that ability and that gift, bring it on. But there's also people that have the ability to pull in people together. And this year, with Scorpio and Jupiter, there's a lot of darkness, so that dark mind might take over that beautiful power that they have of bringing people together, and they might use it for bad. So you really have to pay attention, not to be fooled this year, because we all want, just coming from being aligned, and we all want to be aligned, and we're all going to be sharing light on our darkness. We have to be careful that we're not being fooled. Okay? So So a few things that I wanted to talk about, where I really wanted to focus on, was about truth and authority. So because that Jupiter, truth, authority figure, and then that Scorpio makes you want to be careful type of thing, I really feel like this is a year where we learn to be our own masters. And we have to be very careful of all these cults that are going to be coming up, different things, people that are saying, I know the truth, this is the truth. No one can live your truth or be your truth except for you. You live your truth, you know your truth, you know who you are and what you are. This is a great year for you to open up to your inner master. This is a great year to go into meditation, because the frequency is available to go within the dark side, to go within the root, to go within the mind, and that savior is available to you because it's you. That's why that energy is there, and you're going to be called to it, because you're looking to come within your own self and groom yourself, really, so that you can trust your inner guru, so you can trust your intuition. This is a year where intuition is really going to be on point. It's going to be really heightened, and we're going to focus a lot on that. So pay close attention, because it's really going to be speaking to you. So Jupiter is the gambler, and Scorpio saves, okay? So Scorpio secretly saves because they're afraid of the unknown, or they know the unknown, and they have an underhand to the unknown. But they're actually really frugal. Some say they're stingy. I say they're frugal, okay? But it's a good time right now to balance that, to be the gambler and to be frugal. So this is a great time, this energy coming up, for investments, for savings, for getting your life in order with money, buying homes. Real estate is going to be really in the rise. People are going to be moving into more communal living, where everything's more available, where you're sharing more with your neighbors. People are going to be moving and looking for new places with their own like-minded people, where they feel safe, where they can feel like they can grow and they can think without being judged. So this is going to be a year where real estate is going to be really on the rise. So if you're into real estate, buckle up, know your stuff, learn the new laws, whatever it is, get a hold of your contacts and get yourself going, because it's going to be really, really good. Also, it's going to be a year that really is going to focus on the sensuality of nature and sacred seduction. I was talking about that earlier. So for those of you that are in sales, you know, you can focus on that. You can focus on the sensual seduction of sales. And also, it's a great time for you to be intimate with nature. It's a great time for you to be sensual with nature, and for you to see the sensuality and the relationship between you and nature and how we emulate each other. So that's going to be really open. So another thing that I really wanted to talk about when it came to sexuality and it came to sensuality and intimate encounters is that we're really going to have a focus on rethinking monogamy, rethinking our sexualities, exploration, line of communication, and also the line of content that we have within our partnerships. So this is going to be a really liberating year when it comes to our sexuality, where we're going to be heightened and aware where it's time that we feel free within our sexuality, and we want to maintain that freedom. And this year and how we do it and how we play it out is really going to help you see how you're going to do it for the next 12 years, for the next cycle. Because remember, it's 12 more years until Scorpio comes in again into Jupiter. So I really urge all of you to really, you know, like I said earlier, invite yourself to open yourself up to your sexual taboos, write about them, connect with them, talk to your reproductive organs, talk to your emotional traumas, and tell them it's okay, it's time to heal, it's time to let go, it's time to feel new things, explore new things. So this whole exploration and this whole sensuality really allows us to rise and to raise our sacrals and our root, and that really allows your intuition to travel and to flow. So what it actually does is that it allows you to go within and to heal yourself, to see yourself, and to realize I am my own guru, I am my inner shaman. So there's going to be a lot of wanting to connect with the occult, as they say, with those things and with that healer. So you're going to want to make yourself accountable with these things. You're going to be drawn to make yourself accountable because you're going to want to seize the opportunity this year. Do it. You are so going to be grateful that you did. Believe me. So this year is all about being a catalyst and a change to your spirituality and connecting it with your mind in your body. And then we have this beautiful Capricorn, and you know, I'm not going to talk about what's coming up in December, but Saturn's going to do its thing too and allow us to really go within our minds and expand them and really play with it. So it's all about being empowered in our truth and feeling self-empowered and empowering others. It's time to explore the dark side, the unknown, and being truthful and honest with that. And that's what Jupiter really represents for us. It empowers that. It empowers for you to be honest. And then Scorpio comes and tells you and empowers your dark side. And it tells you, be transparent. So it allows you almost to become fearless. And it allows you to become intuitive, aware, and then, you know, awake. And the more awake you are, the more honest you are. And the less you stop blaming others, and the more you start creating. The more you start allowing yourself to release yourself from your demons, and the more you start seeing the light and working your light. Okay? So don't be distracted from healing and from your own medicine, because there's going to be so much action going on between putting them together. Allow yourself to put them together because that's what you're trying to do. So don't allow it to distract you outward. Bring it inward and allow yourself to uncover the dark side. So I really want to talk about nuclear radiation and energy because it has to do with Scorpio. And all of that energy is going to really be coming off of the sun. The sun is going to be really active. There's going to be a lot of radiation coming off the sun this coming year. And Scorpio heightens that. And it's really going to allow us to transform on a molecular as a molecular beings on a molecular part for our lives and for ourselves. So it's really inviting us to evolve. So remember, we're sexual beings. This is a sexual planet. Everything is sexual. Everything is about sexuality. Everything is about reproduction, moving, letting go. And then all of a sudden this nuclear radiation shift. So everything's gonna transform the planet, because the molecular radiation setup is going to change for all of us. And the more connected you are, the more you're going to feel that, and the more you're going to want to explore that. So it's about waking up to our realities, and it's about allowing ourselves to understand that we are part of something so much greater, something hidden, something dark, and something deep within ourselves that we can't see, Scorpio. And then something bright, something galactic, something cosmic, Jupiter, that is illuminating the way. So we're being pulled by both ends. Why? Because we are needing the balance. We are the balance. So special dates to really, really focus and work with this energy available to you is December 2nd, March 8th. And then there's going to be a really mystical time between May and August. And there's going to be a lot of magical energy available to you, okay, especially during the moon times. So, you know, by the end of 2018, when Jupiter completes its transit with Scorpio, you're going to be feeling like a healed warrior. You're going to feel like the wounded healer, and you're going to be so ready for all that is to come. You know, Jupiter is going to pass Saturn in 2020. And there's going to be a lot of different global situations that are going to happen, new cultures, a new rebirth, and we're pulling into that. And if you're listening to me and you're part of this dance, you're good. You're part of that global healing. You're part of that global awakening, and you're pushing yourself into your own power and into your own truth. So I advise you to be clear with yourself with the things that are hidden. Be honest with yourself. Don't be afraid. You got this. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for having open ears, eyes, inner eye, and for allowing yourself to receive this message. If you need a private consultation, you want a little bit more clarity, you want to see what it has for you and you and only you, reach out to me. You can reach me through the information below. Also, subscribe and press like and share with anyone that you think that can use this message. Thank you so much, and may Scorpio bring out that darkness and illuminate it with glorious light, so that you may serve yourself and your community with your passions and your desires. Thank you so much again. Many blessings. Namaste.